The Slickness of Red Dead Redemption 2 by Video Game and Donkey. Let's get straight into it.
Today, I'm doing a speed run of Red Dead Redemption 2, baby.
Hog, baby. The Slickness of Red Dead 2. Red Dead Revolver? I think Gun back in the day was better than Red Dead Revolver. I didn't really play Red Dead Revolver.
Now, I always like to start this speedrun off by warming my Arthur up by the fire next to Hosea and reminiscing on the entire Red Dead Redemption series. In the original Red Dead Revolver for PS2, you play as a cowboy named Red.
Oh, actually true. I thought he was going to do his joke thing.
Who has to fight an evil gang of clowns, and when you shoot them in the nose, their clown nose goes honk honk. 6 years later, we get Red Dead Redemption, a cutting-edge open-world game with some of the strongest acting and writing we had ever seen in a video game to that point. In that game, the word redemption is used sarcastically, as if John Marston can wash away his sins by killing more and more people. The moral of Red Dead Redemption is that you can trust a literal snake oil salesman and a schizophrenic grave robber more than the United States government. It's a very clever game, but a very cynical and political one that gets more depressing the more you think about it. Now, Red Dead 2?
Oh. Cinema, baby.
You're safe now.
When you know who this character is, this part is so crazy. To see her crying in front of everybody. Sadie. The characters in this are so good, man.
How long you been with us now? 5, 6 months?
Red Dead Redemption story is so good.
Dang, Charles was only with the gang for 6 months. Turns out to be one of Arthur's greatest allies. What are you gonna say about that, Dutch?
Dutch is different. He treats me fair. Dutch saved me. Saved most of us.
I got a plan,
That's
Arthur.
why we need to stick by him through this. He always sees us right.
One of the greatest mysteries of Red Dead 2 is, was Dutch ever this great man that they talk about, or was he always just a master con man?
I gotta say him, my friend.
I reckon he was a great man, but they say after the, like in the first mission, they say everything went wrong after that. So I reckon the next Red Dead will be on Dutch.
Fuck you!
Who gets themselves eaten by wolves?
Rip Van Winkle? When they bringing this bad boy over to Switch? I think the best way to approach this game is to really take your time in between missions. Go out and explore. Talk to the characters in your camp.
Try to stop Dutch getting all of you killed, because I'm about beginning to think he's finally lost his mind.
And do what? If we stop doing this?
I don't know.
I love these little hidden cutscenes that play out in the camp. I played this game, 4 or 5 times now. I'm still finding new ones that I didn't even know were in the game.
Guess I was hoping to see a corpse.
Bide your time. You'll see plenty of them.
I know for a fact that every dude I'm looking at right now is gonna get shot in the head and die. But when this music comes on and Dutch starts hyping them up, I'm like, but wait a minute. Maybe this save file is different.
I can change history. Tahiti. Tahiti, Arthur.
Come on, quick!
I gotta replay this game again. It's so good.
Who lives there? Tahitians?
Not wrong.
Tahiti! Fiji!
It's not, no, we're going to Tahiti, not Fiji.
Yeah, that's him.
The horse? When did this game come out? 2018? When are we going back to this type of graphics?
Arthur, you're in that one. Bring Hosea. I know you two like to talk about the good old days and what's gone wrong with old Dutch.
No, we don't do that, man. We don't do that.
And how low do you think Dutch is really going to lie? We kept telling him that ferry job didn't feel right.
Oh, he lost his mind years ago. We should shoot him in the back of the head first chance we get.
We have survived.
For now.
Dutch is like an evil Santa. You can't help but love him. The whole reason they're stuck in this blizzard is because Dutch and Micah's plan was dumb as hell. But we don't see that in the game. We just see people complaining and whining.
I would never doubt you, Dutch. You sure about this, Dutch?
So naturally, we side with Dutch because he's so optimistic. He goes, "No, we can still beat this game, fellas, and then we go into Tahiti."
Would you just look around you? This world has its consolations.
Music's beautiful.
See the Dutch on the train. Boom, 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 boom.
Shit!
I forgot that happens. Jesus, right at the beginning.
When Arthur breaks the damn wheel, that was the
Goddamn
breaking
wheel.
point for the entire gang, and they never recovered from it.
God damn.
There, anyway.
Guacamole.
Yeah, you can have all this.
Charles, you got any tortilla chips back there for me?
We got money in our pockets, and we are far too poor.
You just robbed a train.
We need food.
What about the deer?
Oh,
Wait, now the horse is kidnapping her.
oh dear.
Look at this, man. Are
Probably
you
for the
looking
best.
at what I'm looking at? How does it do
It is
that?
beautiful.
I study
Yeah.
dinosaurs.
Are they real?
Of course they're real, you nincompoop. And everywhere.
I will find 35 dinosaur bones in real life before I find them in this. Oh my goodness, we're in a big old storm.
True.
You gotta love the sound effects on this, man. Listen to that wind.
This game is such a beautiful game and well done, but I think it's mainly because the staff was overworked. I'm pretty sure that's the fact. Like, there was a lot of complaints about the working arrangement of the Red Dead 2 employees, so that's probably why it's so good, but Rockstar hardly miss, and it's kind of scary when you think about it, because if GTA 6 comes out, when that comes out, is it going to be as hype? Is it literally the game everyone's relying on? And it makes you worry to think, like, is it going to be as good as they say? But Red Dead always pull it off. Red Dead. Rockstar always pull it off. So, yeah, even if they're working their employees super hard, it's a good game. It'll be a good game.
Something where Red Dead 1 is still really impressive is just the variety of vegetation. It's a more subtle thing than a lot of games would spend time on, you know, just to do different plants and trees and have all different, you know, some trees are like bent up, some trees have no branches. The tree is like doing this. Ripped it out the ground type of tree, out in the distance type tree, burnt up in a fire type of tree, bending off to the side type of tree, 3D model sticking out the ground type of tree, dream catcher type of tree, trunk all covered in leaves type of tree, bottle
That's
type
a lot
of
of
tree,
type of
only one
trees.
branch left going left by a grave type of tree. Big old
Look like been hit by lightning type of tree.
Gazebo type of tree.
Damn.
If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? Yes, it does type of tree. Now walk away. He's walking towards me.
That's a big dude.
Going down!
Now walk away, man. What is he? What is this guy?
Damn. Huh? Oh, it's a
Possum
pulse.
just played dead. Come on,
Really?
now. The animals on this game are absurd. The cat's
I've never
eyes
seen that
glow
before.
At night. One time I saw an owl swoop in and pick up a little mouse or something to eat. The gazelle, you know, is able to do this. I never knew that they were able to do that back in those days. One of the big atmospheric magic tricks they pull with this game are the ambient animal sounds. It sounds like there's 20
just don't
birds in
realize
these
it.
trees, and I don't even
Yeah.
think the birds in this game can land in trees. But because there's so many animals in this game, your brain just buys into the illusion. But then when animals are present, their sound effects just seamlessly weave into the soundscape. It's like, oh, those turkeys actually are there.
Yep.
Damn. You just don't really acknowledge most of the stuff that goes into a game unless you have to, unless someone forces you to, then you realize it, but you wouldn't even notice it.
I also love the soundtrack that plays out while you're exploring in Red Dead 1 and 2.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
the
huge
soundtrack's
change in
good.
mood from Grand Theft Auto where you're listening to radio stations. The songs just kind of
Sets
mysteriously
atmosphere.
fade in and out as you play, and it makes for a much more tranquil game that just wants you to take your time and really live in this world.
Damn. Is that a deer in the water? What is that? Oh, we're not gonna know. It's good. Good, like that's like I said, sets the atmosphere. In a world that would feel like bare.
How's it looking like that? Come on!
In a world that would feel bare, because open world games can be a bit like empty space, nothing going on. It makes it feel lived in and more about.
Go away! Jesus! You always got to go get your hat. That's very important to know about
that
this
is
game.
facts. Because otherwise you're stuck with some really rubbish hat later on.
What people forget about...
Sorry, I took over his joke. My bad.
No microtransactions. What people forget about is the slickness of this game. Look at this. Look at how Hosea looks at me when I come out here. That slick ass look. I haven't seen drawers this good since Shenmue. The way Arthur fixes his hat, the wobbliness of a bridge, the choo-choo-ness of a train. This game had strand-standing technology a year before Death Stranding came out. Arthur will wade through the waters of a river like a majestic man. Ray's graphics will shine through the leaves of a Christmas tree. When most people think of a tree house, they think a house, you know, built up in a tree. But this game is always thinking outside of the box. So they put the trees in the house.
Trees in that. Nah.
The character Javier has more dialogue here at this campfire than he does in the entire game of Red Dead 1.
Stay alert there, Javier.
Okay.
When the Arthur starts warming up his hands on a horse, he makes Pixar look more like dicks on her.
Damn.
Lighting it off his shoe, that's slick for that. If you pay close enough attention to the phases of the moon, it'll actually tell you when Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out. Sometimes alligators will kill you using the powers of the Sith Lord Darth Vader, because this game is getting buggier every year that it's out. If Arthur is fighting somebody by a pole, he'll go,
oh.
Hey, this is the wrong hat. Ooh, that's a close one. Sometimes the enemies in Red Dead 1 are so far away from you, it doesn't even register when you shoot them. So Red Dead 2 brings in this slow-mo cam. He is dead.
And
the physics.
That's really what this is all about. And
Morning to you.
Morning, friend.
Brain blast. Red Dead 1, phenomenal script with such razor-sharp dialogue, but still set in that mold of Grand Theft Auto 3, where you start doing missions for a random dude in a bathroom. It's almost like a game show where each character is competing against each other to see who can get John Marston to do the most missions for them. Dude will walk into hell itself because a drunk guy that doesn't know what country he's in said he might be able to get him a Gatling gun if he remembers he said that tomorrow. Now, Red Dead 2, I mean, Dutch is stringing you along indefinitely, but I guess the difference is you're doing missions for people that Arthur actually knows and has relationships with. These characters don't just pop in and out of the story as they please. You know, most of them stay with you throughout the entire game at your camp, and they're constantly doing missions where they collaborate, and they talk to each other, they interact with each other.
We can't be rescuing people from some federal prison. We either rescue him now or cut him loose.
We're not cutting anyone loose.
Of course not.
If Charles wasn't there, would they have cut him loose? I don't know.
I would have easily left you here to rot if Charles hadn't stopped me.
This is what's so great about this game, is that it's not just Arthur's story, it's the story of the whole game. It's so much fun to me to spot the influence of a character on another one. You know, you see that frustration of Miss Grimshaw and Abigail. You see the slipperiness of Dutch and Hosea. You see the rage of Micah and Sadie. You see the soup of Pearson in the soup pot. Arthur, John, Bill, Javier, they look up to Dutch, but the younger guys like Kieran, Lenny, Sean, they look up to Arthur.
I want to be a gunslinger when I grow up.
Over my dead body.
You see the selfless heroism of Charles start to take hold of Arthur. You see the drunkenness of Reverend and Karen.
You all just laugh at me. I know you do.
Okay, I'll catch you later then. Listen, Charles. You're about the best man I know.
Hey!
You're about the best man I know.
He does say that a lot.
You're about the best man.
He must be a wise man.
To a donkey?
I ate a rotten oyster.
Well, sometimes he's a downright fool, but
Usually he's the best man I know.
The story that we see in Red Dead 2 is the fall and dissolution of Dutch's gang. But there's another story that we only hear from its characters, and that's the rise of Dutch, the glory days. And it's a story that everybody tells a little bit differently.
Before the fall.
Way back in the day, Colm O'Driscoll and Dutch were sort of friends.
We're old men, Arthur. Let us live in our memories.
Whatever you say, Dutch.
Dutch.
We did it. Hosea. Huh?
See that? They're building up for a Red Dead 3, but it's in the past, you know what I mean?
We did it.
I know.
These
or maybe you see it from Hosea's point of view.
This is one of my favorite parts of the whole game. Dutch saying to Hosea, we did it, man. We accomplished our dream. We did what we set out to do. From here on out, it's all just post-game content. It's all just extra. Red Dead 3, boy, that's where we were living it up. This game doesn't even count. It's like the zombie DLC.
We need to do this quietly. Follow the lead.
Uncle, dumbass. That's the loudest thing ever.
Wait, who's shooting?
Hey, why don't you walk along and forget what you saw, okay?
Here's an idea.
Whoa, what happened there?
Not a good plan, boys.
Clearly those boys ain't as quiet as us.
I think our most definitive hint that Dutch was crazy from the start is when he says this about Micah.
He is a fine man.
No.
Micah Bell is a low-down little rat snake bitch,
He's
and the only good thing
worst,
that he ever did was in Mission 77 where he built the first Taco Bell with Uncle.
Oh, wait, what? Anyway, Micah is made as a great character to the point where you just hate him. He's like Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Hey, he's the worst.
Dang, Javier has such little respect for Micah. He just sits right through him.
He didn't shoot anyone.
You're getting sloppy, Morgan. I got an opportunity to watch you be silenced.
You got to do something, Arthur.
Leave him.
Bye-bye,
You're better
Micah.
off without him. Yeah.
Alternate end and press X to make a move. There he goes.
Come on, Arthur. Come on, boy.
Smooth. Never mind. Oh,
This stealth mission with Mary Linton is so heavy. It's like looking into a different life, the one Arthur should have lived.
Oh, you'll never change.
Damn.
I know that.
Damn.
True, though.
You look more hurt there than when I crashed a horse into the tree. These actors, man, they'll just sneak up on you and whack you with that emotion, man. Oh, my goodness.
Let's go, boy.
Oh, my God.
I had fun with you today. I was gonna say you're like a son to me. But you're more than that.
Damn.
That's how he gets you. That's how he gets you. Wait a minute.
What is that?
Nope, I take back every good thing I said about this game.
How are you doing?
How you think I'm doing?
All right, there's Sadie.
Whoa!
Damn that horse.
With a lot of open world games, the payoff for exploration is that you get to like a side quest, an item, or a power up. But in Red Dead 2, you usually find nothing. The reward is just you get to see the open world of Red Dead 2. But it is like a very consistent reward in this game. Rockstar took that Shark Pass money and just threw it on screen for us to look at. The lighting is so dynamic. It just drapes so beautifully over the grass and foliage. Every spot you walk to on this map, every angle you look at it from just looks impossibly beautiful.
Our fight will live on.
Oh, never mind. The gun's floating.
Trying to make you look good, man. Stop doing this in front of everybody. You don't see a ton of John Marston in the early chapters, but you learn what the gang thinks of John. Arthur and Bill are both envious of him. They act like he's, Dutch's golden boy. And John doesn't seem to care at all. He's like, okay, cool. I'm the golden boy of some ragtag ass.
When the game first came out, I was annoyed because I was like, I wanted to play as John Marston, and it was just annoying. I was like, who is this Arthur Morgan fella? And then when you play as Arthur, you want to continue to play as Arthur. until the end, but you can't, and it's just like, yeah, they make you like the character Arthur. It's crazy.
Past its prime on their way to the graveyard.
You're his favorite.
Favorite? People care about that?
Sure. I mean,
this game actually made me dislike John Marston a little bit.
Who?
A few people.
I don't know. Well, me.
The John Marston we meet in Red Dead 2 is not the same man from Red Dead 1.
Who are you? Rip Van Winkle.
He is this flaky, undependable guy that leaves his family hanging for a year.
That's what I mean.
And he doesn't even know anything about good food.
Have you ever had spaghetti?
What's that?
And then on the opposite side of that, you have Arthur Morgan.
Nothing means more to me than this gang. The bond we share. It's the most real thing to me.
Arthur Morgan is a very charismatic, witty character with an unyielding loyalty to his gang that makes him even more likable.
You ask folks for forgiveness, you remember this, partner?
I've already forgotten.
But he also uses that commitment to his gang as a shield from his own conscience. The gang depends on Arthur, which is his excuse to commit such evil acts in this world.
I love the fact the choice is yours. At the start,
Arthur
it's
is
not.
an able
But later on in the game, the choice is yours.
He is not a free thinker. He's a follower. He does things without understanding why do I have to pick and eat 4 different types of berries? Why do I have to shoot 5 birds from a moving train? Because that is what the challenges told him to do.
True.
Kill 3 birds of prey using only a tomahawk. I can do that.
Jesus.
What?
Maybe they need to be flying.
What is this invincible-ass bird? Get him.
Maybe you should aim.
He saves John because Hosea tells him to. He saves Sean because Charles tells him to. He saves Michael because Dutch tells him to. He will beat down civilians for a paltry amount of money. He'll work with Micah, who he hates. Everybody hates Micah, but Arthur will work with him if the money's right.
Come on, Arthur. That's not how you are.
Well, maybe you don't know me as well as you think you do.
I think I know Arthur pretty well by now, and when I think of him, I think of the Arthur from Chapter 6, and when the gang thinks of Dutch, they remember the man from Red Dead 3. This is a long, expansive game that drops many subtle and obvious hints about the true nature of each character. The narrative poses dense, challenging questions to the player and allows you to connect the dots, which is why every time I beat this game, I arrive at conclusions that are slightly or vastly different. The only thing that I can say for sure is that they are pretty slick for this game.
Thank you, Arthur.
They are.
I don't know how to say it. Thank you.
I understand. Come on. Do as Dutch says. Go be with your family.
Damn. Yeah. One of the top 5 games of all time. Banger video. I like it a lot. See you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe.